Very good morning student. This is the lecture of object oriented programming using C++. Already we have started our second chapter, that is classes and objects. Today in this session we will see the last point of this unit. Before that, in our previous session we have studied what is constructor, what are the different types of constructor, syntax to define a constructor. Okay, and in this lecture we will see the dynamic constructor and the destructor. Again we will see the difference between constructor and destructor. So the outcome of this session is you will be able to explain the dynamic constructor. You can understand and explain the destructor, and you will be able to distinguish between constructor and destructor. Again see here, I will revise it, that is the types of constructor. There are 4 types of constructor, that is default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructor and dynamic constructor. So here is a default constructor. Constructor which does not accept any argument is called as a default constructor. Parameterized constructor means the constructor which accept any number of formal parameter, and that formal parameter are used to initialize the object are called as a parameterized constructor. Then copy constructor means a copy constructor takes a reference to an object of the same class as itself as an argument. A constructor that initializes an object using value of another object passed it as parameter, it called as a copy constructor. Now we will see the dynamic constructor. So see here, allocation of memory to object at the time of their construction is known as dynamic construction of object. The memory is allocated with the help of new operator. The constructor can also be used to allocate memory while creating objects. So what is the dynamic word refer? Dynamic means at the time of program execution. So the dynamic constructor is what? It is a constructor which allocate memory to the object at the time of their construction. This will enable the system to allocate the right amount of memory for each object when the objects are not of the same size, thus resulting in saving of memory. So in the dynamic constructor, at the time of object declaration, it will allocate the memory. So what is the advantage of this? It save the memory. Why? Because objects has the different size. Means suppose we created one class student and it had some data members like roll number, percentage, address of the student, and we created the object. But in one object we required only roll number, and in another object we required suppose address and the percentage and roll number of the student. So the size of these two objects are different. But by using the dynamic constructor, we can allocate the memory to the object at the construction. Okay, so it will save the memory. The word dynamic is related with the memory allocation. Programmer can explicitly assign memory to variable, and after completion of operation we can delete that memory. Means programmer can explicitly assign the memory to the variables. Explicitly means what? By writing some statements, it can allocate the memory to the variable, and after using that variable it can again delete that memory. So new is the keyword used for assigning memory location to variable, while delete is the keyword used for deleting memory location. So we have studied already that 2 memory management operators, that is new and delete. So new operator is used to assign the memory for the variables, and delete is operator which is used to delete the memory location. By using these 2 keywords, memory can be effectively managed. The constructor can also be used to allocate memory while creating objects. So constructor is also used to allocate the memory to the objects. For this purpose, new and delete keywords are allowed in the body of the constructor. So when we define constructor, in that body of the constructor we have to write the new and delete operators, that is the keywords. A dynamic constructor is defined as, here is the definition of dynamic constructor: a constructor in which the memory for the data members is allocated dynamically. Means at the running time we can allocate the memory for the data members. Dynamic constructors are used to allocate memory to object at runtime, rather allocating memory to the object when they are created. Okay, this is the dynamic constructor. See, the very simple thing, when programmer assigns or allocate the memory location to the object at the runtime, then it is known as the dynamic constructor. Now we will see the program for the dynamic constructor. See here, program to create memory space for a class object using the new keyword and to destroy it using delete keyword. See here, this is the program of dynamic constructor, but here the pointer concept is used. We have already familiar with the pointer concept because in the C language we have studied the pointer. But see here, we will see this point again in the next chapter or fourth chapter. So just see this program and try to understand what I want to tell you. So first here the class sample is declared. In that there are two private data members, that is integer x and float y. Now in the public section, void get data and void display, these are the two member function of the class sample. Here the completion of the class declaration. Now here get data function is defined outside the class, that is void sample scope resolution get data. By using this get data, we can take the value from the user. For this, here cout enter an integer value. We have tell to user that enter an integer value. By using the cin, we will accept the value from the user for the x. Again for the y, enter float value for the y. So this function is used to get the data from the user. Now here is the defining the display function outside the class. So void sample scope resolution display, here the value of the x and y are displayed. These are the two member function which are defined outside the class. Now here the main function, that is a integer main. See here, try to understand, sample is a class name and the pointer, here pointer is declared. So here pointer is a object, star pointer, it is a pointer declaration. Now pointer equal to new sample. Here is the dynamic memory allocation. So new is a keyword which is used to allocate the memory location for the object of class sample and it is assigned to the PTR. Now PTR is the address of the what object. Now this is the operators to get the access to the member function. Arrow is the operator. So PTR arrow get data, it is a member access operator. PTR arrow display. So we have seen that by using the object name and dot operator we can call the member function, but here is the pointer, PTR is the pointer. So to call the function, member function, we require the arrow operator. Here we are not using the dot operator because this is a pointer. So pointer arrow get data, pointer arrow display. Now these two functions are called. Now delete PTR means here releasing the allocated memory. So here by using the new operator we are allocating memory for the PTR object, and by using this delete PTR, now the memory allocated memory is already allocated to the PTR, here by using this statement we are releasing the allocated memory. See here the output of this program. Enter an integer value. User entered 15. Enter float value, that is a 35.5. Now by using the display operator, here output is a x is equal to 15 and y is equal to 35.5. This is the output of this program. Okay, try to understand this program. The difference is what? Here by using the star PTR declaration, we have to use the array operator rather than the dot operator. This is the program for the dynamic constructor. Now we will see the most important concept, that is a destructor, which is exactly opposite to the constructor. So destructor is a special member function that is automatically called when an object is destroyed. See here, the first sentence is similar to the constructor because constructor is also a special member function and it is automatically called when an object is destroyed, created. And destructor is a special member function that is automatically called when an object is destroyed. So these are exactly opposite to each other. Destructor are memory function with the same name as the class preceded by a tilde character. So here is again what is the same name of the constructor, name of the destructor and name of the class. These all three names are similar. But what is the difference? In the destructor we have to use the tilde operator. This is the tilde operator which is available the above to the tab button, okay, on the keyboard. So tilde which is used to indicate that this is a destructor. For example, the destructor for the circle class would be named, that is a tilde circle. So this tilde is writing before the class name. In the same way that constructor set things up when an object is created, destructor performs shutdown procedure when the object goes out of existence. The primary usage of the destructor function is to release space on the heap. Whenever a particular object goes out of the scope of existence, destructor will be called automatically and it takes out the allocated memory. Means what? When by using the constructor at the time of creation object, the memory is allocated. Then after using this object or completing operation for that object, the destructors is automatically called and it deallocate the memory. Destructors are invoked by the compiler implicitly when the termination of program takes place, but it is always better to invoke the destructor explicitly by writing it into the program code. Means what? If we are not writing this destructor in the program, the compiler automatically call the destructor at the end of the program, okay, or the termination of the program. But we can write the explicitly, that is a tilde destructor name, into the program code to deallocate the memory before the termination of the program. So this is the destructor. Now we will see the syntax. Class name, public, class name, this is the constructor. Why? Because the name of the class name and this is the same. Okay, and now this is the body of the constructor. Now see here, this is the tilde operator and here is the class name. So header of the destructor, this is the destructor. Here we can write the body of the destructor and completion of the class. Now see the example, class sample. Here are the some private data members and member function. Now in public, sample is a constructor and tilde sample is the destructor. It is a member function and it is a destructor because the name of the class and the name of the destructor is the same. See here, this is the constructor is also sample, destructor is also sample. What is the difference between that? The tilde operator is used before the class name or before the destructor name. Here is the completion of the class. This is the syntax and example of the destructor. Now we will see the syntax rule for writing destructor functions. First, a destructor name must be same as the class name in which it is declared, prefixed or preceded by a symbol tilde. So destructor name is the same name as the class name, just we have to use the tilde before the class name. It does not have any return value. Just like a constructor, it also not required return value. It is declared as a public member function. We can we have to declare destructor in the public member function in the public section. It takes no argument and therefore cannot be overloaded. In the constructor we can write the argument, but in destructor there is no arguments and so it is not overloaded. It cannot be declared static, constant, variable or volatile, that is virtual. We cannot use static destructor, constant destructor or variable destructor. We cannot use these in the destructor. It is automatically called when an object is destroyed. When we want to destroy the object or when operation on the objects are completed, this this destructor is automatically called by the compiler. It specifies how an object is deleted. The destructor is used to specify how the object is deleted. Now the last point of this unit, difference between constructor and destructor. Here are the terms and here is the constructor and destructor. First one is a purpose. What is the purpose of the constructor and destructor? Constructor is used to allocate the memory to an object and destructor which is used to deallocate the memory of an object. This is the first and main difference between the constructor and destructor. Declaration syntax, see the syntax, class name, argument if any, body of the constructor and semicolon. What is the difference? The tilde operator is used before the class name and here there is no argument and body of the destructor semicolon. This is the syntax of constructor and destructor. Now arguments, constructor accept the arguments. We can by using the parameterized constructor we can pass the arguments in the constructor, but destructor does not accept any argument. This is also a main difference between the constructor and destructor. Now calling, constructors is called automatically when a new object of a class is created and destructors are invoked called by the compiler implicitly when the termination of program takes place. What is the difference? Constructor is used at the time of object creation, destructor is used at the end of the or termination of the program. Now name, constructor has the same name as the class name. Again destructor has the same name as the class name but preceded by the tilde operator. Now use of the constructor. Constructor is used for the initializing the values to the data members of the class. There is always destructor is used when the object is destroyed or goes out of scope. In numbers there can be a multiple constructor in this class, but there is always a single destructor in the class. This is also the main difference between the constructor and destructor. That is, we can write multiple constructor in the same for the same class, but we cannot write multiple destructor. That is, we have to write single destructor for the class. Now overloading can be possible in the constructor but not in the destructor. Why? Because destructor not accept any argument. Now return type. Constructor never have a return type, even void. Same, a destructor neither accept any parameter nor has the return type. This is actually not the difference. It is a similarity between the constructor and destructor. Both never have the return type. Now types. In the C++ program, we can use different types of constructor like default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructor, dynamic constructor. But in C++ program, a single destructor is used to destroy all the objects of a class created either using default, parameterized or copy constructor. So there is no types of the destructor. Now this is the end of this second unit, and now take the assignment question on this session. That explain destructor with the syntax and example. Explain destructor with the syntax and example. And second question, distinguish the concept constructor and destructor, any 4 points. Distinguish constructor and destructor, any 4 points. So see here again, what is the course outcome of this chapter? Plus program using classes and object. So after completion of this chapter, now you are programs using classes and objects. Try to analyze yourself and try to write more programs.